In 1994, the world of high finance was centered in the skyscrapers of Manhattan. Jeff was a senior vice president at a prestigious quantitative hedge fund, D.E. Shaw. His career was secure, lucrative, and upwardly mobile. But while the rest of Wall Street was focused on interest rates and arbitrage, Jeff was tasked with researching a nascent technology, the World Wide Web. While diving into the data, Jeff discovered a statistic that would change his life. The internet was growing at a rate of 2,300% per year. In the world of finance, such exponential growth was unheard of. He realized that this wasn't just a new tool for communication, it was the foundation for an entirely new economy. The problem was identifying which industry would be disrupted first. Jeff sought the everything store, a marketplace where every item in the world could be purchased. However, logic dictated he start with a single, manageable category. He analyzed 20 different products, eventually settling on books. Books were easy to ship, non-perishable, and the industry had millions of titles in print, far more than any physical bookstore could ever hold. Jeff faced a critical crossroad: stay at his high-paying job or risk everything on a digital experiment. To decide, he used what he called the regret minimization framework. He imagined himself at age 80, looking back on his life. He knew he wouldn't regret failing at a startup, but he would certainly regret never trying at all. He told his wife, Mackenzie, about the plan, and they prepared to leave New York. With $10,000 of his own savings and the business plan typed out on a laptop, Jeff and Mackenzie headed west. As Mackenzie drove their 1988 Chevy Blazer across the country, Jeff sat in the passenger seat, tapping away at the keyboard, refining the financial projections for a company he initially called Cadabra. They chose Seattle as their destination due to its proximity to a major book wholesaler and a large pool of tech talent. The first headquarters of the newly renamed Amazon.com was a humble garage in Bellevue, Washington. The environment was a stark contrast to the marble halls of Wall Street. To save money, Jeff bought 2 wooden doors from a local hardware store and fashioned them into desks using 4x4s as legs. These door desks became a lasting symbol of the company's culture of frugality. Operations were primitive. When the first orders began to trickle in, there was no automated sorting system. Jeff and his small team of early employees, including a lead developer, spent their nights on the cold garage floor, hand-packing books into cardboard boxes. It was grueling. Physical labor that required them to work late into the night just to keep up with the unexpected demand. By 1997, Amazon went public. The transition from a bookstore to the everything store began in earnest. They expanded into music and DVDs, then electronics and toys. Jeff pushed the company to prioritize long-term growth over short-term profits, reinvesting every dollar back into the infrastructure of the business. The goal was no longer just selling items, but dominating the logistics of delivery. Today, the decision made in that New York office has scaled into a global empire. The garage has been replaced by millions of square feet of robotic fulfillment centers. Amazon's logistics network manages billions of packages, and the company has expanded into cloud computing, streaming, and artificial intelligence. That initial leap of faith fundamentally restructured how the world consumes goods. The regret minimization framework provides a professional lesson for any leader. The greatest risk is often the risk of inaction. Jeff's $10,000 decision was not just about starting a website, but about recognizing a tectonic shift in technology and having the discipline to follow the data. In the history of modern commerce, it remains the most significant pivot ever made from a secure past to an uncertain but limitless future.